Warhawk targeted bullseye 22462 left side for 1.
490 right, 90 left.
One's targeted left side. Warhawk, Fox 3, right side. Coming out left. Pitbull, out left.
Fox 3, 21452, full. Blank. 57.
I got your visual, continue the hook.
Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered what it will be like to be in the middle of a complex BVR engagement with multiple flights? In this mission, we are being attacked by the enemy, pushing as they are tasked to bomb our airbase. Our job is to protect it at all costs. The action came very quick. We were not even above 10,000 feet before we had to start sorting targets and firing missiles. Enjoy this thrilling air-to-air mission in the F-16. There's a RWR briefing explaining what everything does with the RWR, how to use it, and how to use it effectively during combat. I have chapters and text commentary explaining what is going on around me and what I was thinking at the time. If you are an aviation nerd like me, check out my merch store where you can find one-of-a-kind shirts and everything directly supports the channel. If you like this content, please subscribe, ask questions in the comments, and I'll see you next time.
The radar warning receiver consists of several antennas and processing units, a radar library, and a display. It allows the aircraft to detect and identify radio emissions of the radar system reaching the aircraft, and is a vital tool in both air-to-air engagements and air-to-ground operations for identifying, avoiding, evading, and engaging targets. As you can see on the first slide, to operate the RWR, it has 4 sections that consist of the countermeasures display set panel, which is this one, the threat warning auxiliary panel, which is this one, the threat warning prime panel, which is this one, and the azimuth indicator, which is this one. I labeled them 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we'll go over them by number, hopefully. The CMDS and the TWA are located on the left-hand auxiliary console. Make sure that the radar RWR switch is on. It powers up the RWR system, and by default it's on the CMDS panel. That'll be this little switch right here. You guys can see my mouse?
Yep.
All right, excellent. The TWA panel has 4 separate press buttons. We'll go over those and we'll go over those buttons and tell you what they do. Mode 1, the search button is a toggle button. It modes on and off. When search mode is on, display will show an S symbol for the emitters that are detected. The ACT power, that function is not implemented. That's this guy right here. The search button is right here. The ACT is right here. The altitude button is right here. It toggles low and ALT. Assessing relative threat in real time for a given SAM radar platform. And then we have the power button. It toggles the power on and off of the RWR. The TWA, the search button, press toggle between search mode on and off. When in search mode, the display will show an S for the symbol emitters that are detected. Okay, we went over that already. It's in the radar. In search mode, it has been selected. The lamp is on full time in this case, or search mode is not engaged. but the RWR text search mode radar painting on ship. In other words, it will detect a radar emission when an S flashes at a 4 hertz rate. In other words, it'll flash on the RWR. The ACT button, like I previously said, it's not implemented. Detect missiles activity, then track guiding mode. It'll be on full time, but only when power is present for the RWR. The altitude press toggle between low and high altitude threats. Assessing base SAM data files, assessing relative to threat for a given SAM radar based lethality score for both low and high cases, which the RWR uses in assessing the relative threat in real time. A low selects low altitude threats preferences, ALT on full time, but only when power is present to the RWR. Number 4, the power, it turns it on and off. It's on full time, and it's on when power is present. Next, the threat warning prime panel, the TWP, which is this little guy right here, which is present on your front view of the cockpit on the left-hand side, upper left-hand side. It has 4 operational modes. Using the handoff button, which is this guy right here, controls how each of these modes are entered and controlled, and it controls the function of the diamond symbol on the display, which is right on top of handoff, which is this little diamond symbol up here on the display. You could press it. It has 2 selection, a short push and a long push. The less push is less than 1 second. The long push is more than 1 second. A diamond only on while handoff mode is engaged. Float transit or latched. Off otherwise. H mode, which is right here, on full time, but only when power is present to the RWR. The normal mode, diamond symbol is inhibited, and the threat audio is limited to the new guy or new threat alert and missile launch audio. If we'll go over the audio threats, the audio threats and all of that in a little bit. The diamond symbol is inhibited, and threat audio is limited to new guy or new threat alerts and a missile's launch for audio. Threat warning prime panel, the TWP. The diamond float mode is entered via a short push button. In this mode, the diamond symbol is on the handoff button, illuminates, and the diamond on the display floats to the highest priority symbol. In other words, it will track to the highest threat that you see on your RWR. Sounds for the emitter is heard continuously. Another short push of the handoff button will deselect this mode and go back to normal mode. This mode is recommended for maximum SA. The threat warning prime panel, TWP. Transit button. The transit mode is entered by pressing and holding the handoff button. In this mode, the diamond symbol steps from the highest priority symbol to the next highest in descending priority order. The diamond will continue stepping for as long as the handoff button is held and the audio is played as the diamond enhances the symbol. Releasing the button changes to the mode to latch. In latch mode, the diamond symbol remains on. The last symbol it was on the handoff button is released. Sound for the emitter is heard continuously. If the symbol times out and it no longer detects, the RWR will go back to a diamond float mode. Press toggle between open and priority. Open mode shows up to 12 tracks normally, or 16 when unknown. Mode is engaged when mode is engaged. Priority mode shows only the most lethal 5 tracks that the RWR can currently track. That'll be this mode button right here. The launch button function is not implemented. Forgot to put not in there, my apologies. But it flashes red when a missile is launched. And it flashes on launch. It also flashes red when a missile is launched. At 4 Hz rates, that means that it keeps flashing. Goodness, where was I? Okay. The T-set provides a target separate function that has been selected. T-steps full on by when there's power to the RWR, by pressing this button will separate out the currently display and enters symbol for 5 seconds, whereupon it returns to normal display without further action. The test is to test the RWR system when it's stuck with an RWR bug. Moving forward, the U, which is this one, can only be on if one of the following conditions is true. An unknown mode has been selected. It lights up full time in this case. Or an unknown mode is not engaged, but the RWR detects it and it will flash at 4 hertz at a 4 hertz rate. And that is usually for naval vessels. Unknown, on if mode have been selected, press toggle between unknown mode and on and off. When unknown mode is on, the display will show up to 16 emitter symbols, including any that are in the list of the unknown types. So in other words, in the database. The Azimuth indicator panel, or this guy right here, is the RWR. The RWR will display a variety of symbols depending on what type of emitter it acquires, surface or air threats. A diamond with a number for a surface or air threat will appear inside, as shown right here. A capital M inside will appear the circle for a missile launch. Please note this, guys. You'll also detect a friendly missile on the RWR. You will not know if it's a friend or foe. So be leery, and you have to take a look at where that missile is coming from. We'll go over that later because there's another system that will that could help you with that in that situation. Also, the radiuses of the RWR. This is one mistake, my friends. If you use those for a range, do not. The range of the threat should not be determined by the circle radius of the RWR. In other words, if this SA2 is right here, you cannot determine the range from the center to where that RWR is, that SA2 is. So do not, even if it's closer, the range could be different because of the your altitude, so on and so forth. And this picture right here shows a naval ship with a 3. It'll be an SA3, and that would be this button right here if it's implemented. Noise bars and circle time. The RWR scope also consists of 4 noise bars located around the center of the center of the circle at 6, 9, 12, and 3 o'clock. 6, 9, 12, and 3. Respectfully, however, this is not implemented, and it's only graphical only. There is a cycle timer on the left side, on the left end, which is this little bar. If you can see it, I don't know if you can. It's going straight up, and that little bar will go up and down. This vertical bar that moves up and down as the RWR becomes saturated with signals, the activity of the circle timer moves progressively slower. With no signal activity, it moves up and down in intervals of 1 second. With full RWR activity, it moves up and down at a rate of 2.6 seconds. In other words, it goes slower up and down. Okay, the Azimuth indicator panel, the RWR itself. You could use it also with the HMCS, helmet mounting device. You have the capability to display the RWR thread on the HMCS. When selected, the pilot can receive an indication in the azimuth of the highest priority threat currently being received by the RWR. The threat elevation depictions cannot be provided due to the inherent elevation inaccuracies of the current RWR system. This one. Okay. In combination with both the RWR and the HMCS, the display, the HMCS displays a circle with a gap. That'll be a gap between this main circle and basically when you move your head with the IR tracking, that circle is where that gap is where you're looking at. The rotating gap shows the pilot's head position relative to the nose of the aircraft. The azimuth to the RWR priority threat is represented by a diamond shape. if you get a lock by an aircraft, whether it's an enemy or a friendly, you'll get the diamond shape with a 16 in it or a 29, as it's depicted right here. If it's locked onto you, a hard lock. The priority thread represents a diamond shape which is placed on one point tangent to the circle of the RWR priority thread azimuth relative to the nose of the aircraft. An attached field which represents the RWR ID symbol is placed in the center of the circle, which we were just talking about, including a capital M. In this case, the capital M would be a missile, whether it be friendly or foe. For a missile launcher, the pilot can attempt to acquire the RWR threat visually by moving his head to the center of the gap of the threat diamond, which is this little diamond right here. That's the direction where that missile or aircraft is located. And this is where where you're looking at. So remember that your aircraft is right here. You're going forward. So if you want to go towards this little diamond right here, where that 16 is, you got to turn your aircraft to the left side around. The RWR has a target acquisition. The RWR priority thread symbol diamond is always placed at a line of bearing relative to the nose of the aircraft, and the circle will, with a gap symbol, rotate such that the line drawn through the center of the circle and through the center of the gap represent the pilot's head position relative to the nose of the aircraft. For a full system operation of the HMCS, please refer to section 2.5 on the 34-1-1. That concludes this presentation. Any questions?
Rudy, I got 2 questions.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so a long time ago, when it comes to ramp starting the F-16, the manual recommends that you set it to diamond mode by default, which is a good thing, I do agree. But does it default to diamond mode or does it default to normal mode?
No, once you start up, usually it's only in handoff.
So you have to press the button. Just to be
Exactly.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I usually do, I just press it once, and diamond mode is on automatically.
Okay, sounds good. And also, I'm just curious if there is any specific use cases where you wouldn't use the handoff mode. I mean, basically not the diamond mode.
Not that I know of.
So I have one. So I
Okay.
use it if for example, we're like done with the mission, we're on our way back home, and we're like in weather, and I tell my wingman they could lock onto me. You know, it's gonna yell at you for a long time. You could click the handoff mode, get out of diamond mode, and it'll disable the chirps. But it'll keep them as a priority, but it won't give you the tone of being locked onto.
Exactly.
So that's what I use it for sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And to recognize the difference in tone for a missile launch, because there are different tones for SA6, SA10, especially SA11, SA2s, and your air-to-air missile tone. Please refer to the sound settings in the BMS. And there you could go through each type of system that can engage you, and you could hear the actual tone and recognize the type of tone it is for that specific platform.
Okay, so I got a couple questions. Actually, one question for all of it. All right. It tells us how it operates, it tells us what it does. But like, when would you want to have diamond mode on and off? When would you want to be in priority mode for what situation? And also for the on the TWA panel for the low button, when would you want that to be in low? In other words, what situation do you be in for that stuff?
Yeah,
Well,
I just want to say I also had those precise questions.
yeah, the TWA panel is it just
I know what it does, but why? When would you want to use low setting? Switch it to low.
I would assume that you would want to use your low setting when you're searching for SAMs. Anything that's going to be low on the
anything
ground.
low on the
okay.
ground and high.
So
up
you
in
know
the
that
air.
there's no air threats,
Yeah, so you
So
could use
so
it to low.
and that should increase its accuracy.
And it should increase its reception.
Okay.
So
Even if you're in low mode, you're still going to get spikes from air. It's focusing predominantly on surface to air threats.
Exactly.
SAM launches,
Prioritizing.
stuff like that.
Okay. And then also back to your TWP. All right. So like give me a situation when you would want to have diamond on and diamond off besides what Prime had already mentioned. If you're in combat.
If you're in combat, you would have it on because
All the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so there is no situation where you'd want to turn that off unless you just didn't want to hear the sounds anymore.
Exactly. No, you should have it on all the time.
Okay, and then the priority mode.
Priority mode, I always keep it on. And it's a preference between what the individual pilots want. I keep it on to get my which missile is coming is or which system is targeting me
Okay.
first.
All right, and then the unknown.
That way,
Go ahead.
you could priority mode. That way you could evade it because that's the priority mode is priority mode. You got a missile launch coming at you, or somebody an SA is tracking you. That's your priority, and
Okay.
you have to defend against it.
Okay, the unknown mode. The way I used to understand it years ago was that when you turn that on, if we were going in for ships, and the rest of the time it's worthless.
Exactly, it's worthless.
Okay, that was it.
And I believe priority mode versus open. So let's say you're flying with 12 people in close proximity. You're probably going to want to use priority mode
Because it increases how many tracks it has.
Exactly. It goes up to 16 tracks, which I mentioned.
Priority, doesn't that be reduce the number that it shows to only the most important?
Yes, it'll show you the top 5 threats when you're in priority mode.
Yes.
Okay.
That way you don't get overloaded trying to figure out
Exactly.
which one.
Which is what I usually do.
And you guys all know what target separation is, right?
Yes.
That's the easiest one and probably the one you'll be using the most anyway. But
awesome.
Now, would you want to keep target separation on all the time, or
it only lasts for 5 seconds when you hit it. All it does.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
Yeah, you start looking at your RWR and you start seeing Chinese characters. It's because there's multiple things on top of each other.
Right.
So you hit target separate, it spreads it out. You get an idea of what it is. 5 seconds goes by, it goes back to how it was, and it won't come on again until you hit it again.
Okay.
All right, cool. That's so based on time. So very good discussions. Great job, Rody. Hope everybody learned something. A good question on that mailman for kind of pushing the why you should use something in a certain scenario, because you can learn what it does all day long, but if you don't know what it actually does in a certain situation and when to use it, then it doesn't really mean anything. But yeah, I appreciate that question there.
That's what you hired me for.
Yep. Okay, so let's do IVC check. Yes, clap. Good job. And it was like perfect timing. That was perfect. It was like 30 minutes on the dot.
Excellent.
So let's stop watching that. So let's do we're gonna do our IVC check. Make sure everybody's good. Then we'll do a bio break, and I'll give like a scramble type briefing where I'll just kind of give you what we need to do, and it'll literally be like maybe 5 minutes, if even that. Then we need to go straight in there. We'll be doing ramp start, or not ramp start, taxi this time. Next time it'll be ramp start. So let's go ahead and do our IVC check. It'll start with so in order here, it's Falcon 4, Mustang 3, and then Warhawk 2.
Falcon 4-1 IVC.
Falcon 4-2.
Falcon 4-3.
Falcon 4-4.
Mustang 3-1.
Mustang 3-2. Did you get Mustang 3-2?
Yeah, we're waiting on Rody.
Mustang 3-3, no 4.
Warhawk 2-1.
Warhawk 2-2.
Warhawk 2-4.
All right, cool. Let's do a quick little bio break. Come back at 35, and then we'll hit the ground running when it comes to the briefing. We're getting attacked by North Korea, so don't be too long.
Great.
Yeah, so my understanding with the low, out low, it doesn't really go into detail in the thing, but my understanding of it, like if you choose altitude low, it lets the RWR know that you're low. So being that you're low, it kind of like pushes out the low threat. So if you have a AAA, it won't like immediately put the AAA on the inner ring just because you're low to the ground. It'll like keep it on like the middle ring or so. So if you're really close to AAA, it won't immediately go to the inner ring because it's low to the ground. Because usually you're at altitude, you're not usually 1,000 feet away from AAA, so it pushes it out more in the outside of the RWR.
Exactly.
So basically, it just lets the RWR know that you're low to the ground, so it doesn't put everything on the inner ring that's on the ground.
Exactly, and that's why I mentioned that you cannot trust the radius of the RWR.
Yeah, nope.
For distances.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever operationally used the low, but go ahead, feel free in your spare time to test it, because it's an interesting concept. Because I could see how you can get confused where there's a 29 and it's on the outer ring, even though it's a little bit farther because you're low to the ground, and it'll kind of like adjust it, being that you're low to the ground. Same thing with ground threats.
Exactly.
Go ahead during this break. We got a couple minutes or a minute or so. Get the mental bullseye. The bullseye in the middle of all of our lanes here. That's not what I wanted. Share location. So it's in the middle of all of our lanes. So make sure you get that ruler out. Get your little mental bullseye so you can understand where everything is, because it's going to be pretty quick once we get up there.
Gotcha. All right. So we got the center lane.
Yeah, center lane, yep. 35. Hopefully everyone is back. So we do have 3 lanes. From the west, the far left lane is 1. The middle one is 2. And the right one is 3. Note that there are friendly Hawks down south. Also note there are enemy SAMs in the north. So don't go chasing after the jets of the north there. If you need help, come back south. You have Hawks to help you. Use the lanes to your advantage. So like say, if you have a bullseye and you have like you want to quickly say which way it is, or if you need help in a certain lane, go ahead and voice it over uniform in a calmly organized manner, and we will try to help if we can, depending on the workload of the other lanes. Basically, like need help in lane 3, need help in lane 1, so on and so forth. So the mission today will be protecting Osan. The intel is telling us that there is a huge push from the north going south to attack Osan. So we need to protect it from being bombed at all cost. There are, as you can see, there are SA-6s, SA-5s, SA-2s. The air-to-air threats on the other side is anything from a MiG-21 up to a Su-35S. So it's from 1960s to basically modern times. So expect for active radar missiles on basically everything you see. There are MiG-29s, Su-27s, and Su-35s, and yeah, so there's a lot of stuff out there. So make sure you use your AWACS. Also, if it's coming from the north and it doesn't have Mode 4, you could basically generally say that it's hostile. Don't spend too much time trying to decode it if it's friendly or not, because that could get you killed. Yep, and that's basically it. So they'll be coming from all directions, any direction. Of course, they're not going to be going over the water or anything crazy. It'll be like from the land. So just expect that. Look low, look high, look left, look right. Like, just stay frosty out there because it's going to be a little different. We do have tanker support down south. It should be your default in there. So tanker Texaco 7, uniform 13. We will all be on uniform 6 for primary radio. As for aux, we will have go to debriefing, look at the call signs in that order: 15 Falcon, 16 Mustang, 17 Warhawk. Eagle, I have them taking off later, about a 30-minute delay. So as we're up there, they'll take off about 30 minutes after us, so just in case we need to get deloused. And their area responsibility is over here to the far east. So keep that in mind when you're up there. Also, the Hawks are here to help, so make sure you use them to your advantage, and don't go too far north. Any questions before we hop in?
Yeah, real quick. I missed the lane assignment. So is it 1, 2, 3 from the west to the east, or?
Yes, from the west to east, it's 1, 2, 3. So you got Warhawk in lane 1, Mustang in lane 2, and then Falcon in lane 3. The weather isn't that great. We have cloud base 5,000, con layer at 25,000. Takeoff on the target area, we got cloud base 10,000, con layer 27,000. Visibility is low. Then on the way back, it's about the same. So we got some low visibility up there.
Question: what is the field that Intel suggests the enemy will be taking off from?
It's actually either this one up here or this one right here. That's the known one. There is one on the west side, which is probably going to be this one. So in the northeast coast, and then the western coast by that SA-6.
Check.
So they will be coming from the north. So go ahead and do your click dance, and go ahead and head on in and scramble. So make sure so we have our times. So just know your takeoff time and kind of relatively. You don't have to get off the ground in 30 seconds. Like you could go off of your time.
Copy.
And then if you have an AI wingman, you could keep them if you want. I still don't think they do anything, but you can keep them if you want.
No, they do stuff.
Okay. In multiplayer?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
No, we've tried it. Sometimes they work.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen either. Alrighty then. So click dance done. Servers going in. And good luck, boys. Hopefully see you on the ground.
Copy that. Enjoy the flight. Have fun.
And it's taxiway. Hey, So taxiway, take off taxiway.
Brody taxi.
Jersey taxi.
There you go.
Warhawk 2 in the pit, Victor 17.
Two, Victor. Four, Victor.
Warhawk 2-1, Osan, runway 27.
It's weird, I get the IVC, but I have no
Mustang
audio.
3, uniform check.
Mustang 3-2 on uniform. Reboot your game.
Copy, Warhawk.
You there, one?
Hey, Firm, go ahead.
Yeah, I have no audio in game. I've got 3D, but no audio. I've got IVC good.
But if you want, you can reboot. We got a couple minutes here before takeoff. It's 8 minutes till we take off, so.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Warhawk 2 package in the pit. 3 in the pit, waiting on 1 for sound issues. I got you 0 or yardstick suite. Should be on 80 Yankee.
Check.
For uniform 2.
Falcon 4-3. Lead element going to Yankee and the element's going X-ray.
Hey, Firm, yeah, first element's Yankee, Second element's X-ray.
Falcon 4-4 on uniform. I fixed my problem, bro.
Okay, sweet. Flight sound off again. Let me know when you're green.
Stand by. 3 group.
Falcon 4-2, Osan, due page
4 green.
3014. Warhawk 2-1, Osan, runway 27 left for takeoff.
Ground, request taxi for departure.
Good evening, Mustang 3, you are number 2 for departure. Hold present position.
2 green.
Give way to Falcon 4-4, F-16, taxiing,
Falcon 4, Osan Tower, request taxi for departure.
Good evening, Falcon 4, you are number 1 for departure. Taxi, Charlie, Foxtrot, Echo, and then hold short, runway 27 left.
2 check tack in.
Falcon 4, taxi. Stand by. Two stick.
Term 2 good to go. For data link, add 1-1 and 2-1 to the other side of the data link. Osan ground. Warhawk 2, flight of 4 F-16s ready for departure.
Mustang 3, taxi, Charlie, Foxtrot, Echo, and then hold short, runway 27 left. Good evening, Warhawk 2, you are number 3 for departure. Hold present position. Give way to Mustang 3-4, F-16, taxiing, Charlie.
Warhawk 3's taxiing to 27.
Two taxi. Report.
Most of these engagements will be you'll be a skate, so skate out. We'll go in a container formation. First 1 and 2 will be line abreast 2 miles. Second element will be 10 miles behind first element in line abreast. Once you fox, crank left and go out left, and we'll start the grinder that way.
Form 10 mile trail, crank left.
Warhawk 2, taxi, Charlie,
11-8.
Foxtrot, Echo, and then hold short, runway 27 left.
Warhawk taxiing.
Alright guys, when we take off, we'll do our standard 5-second intervals. We'll go all 4 of us out there. We're going to go as box formation, 1 and 2 up front, line abreast, 2 on the left, 3 will be 10 miles behind 1, with number 4 on his left.
That was on uniform, by the way. Good to know that they're doing a brief before we take off. It's really good.
Falcon contact tower for takeoff. Switch 30880.
Falcon holding at runway 27 left.
Package, if you could do rolling takeoffs, we got another 60 seconds to take off, so quicken it up a little bit.
Mustang 3-1, contact tower for takeoff. Switch 30880. Voodoo 1-1, sunrise.
We'll leave the Joker standard 35, bingo 25.
Okay.
Also with the jammer, you guys know the drill. Don't turn it on until you need to, and just keep on for mode or program 4. Shouldn't have any SAMs in our area as long as we don't go too north.
Warhawk 2-1, contact tower for takeoff. Switch 30880.
Warhawk pushing tower.
Warhawk 2, hold short.
One is rolling, and reference steer 2.
Warhawk 2, Osan tower, wind
2.
190 at 1 knots, runway 27 left. You're cleared for takeoff.
Four roll.
Warhawk 2-1, contact departure.
Warhawk going to tactical. See ya. Flight pins in, minus gas.
Two pins in, 11 pound.
Falcon 4, check in uniform 6.
4 fence, 11-5.
Light, copy fence. Dallas declare bullseye 22761, 21,000. That's hostile.
Eagle 1, Dragnet 3, 5, red aircraft, bullseye, now, 456, 126,000.
Warhawk targeted bullseye 22462, left side for 1.
490 right, 90 left.
One's targeted left side. 2 get the right side.
Yeah, two's got the left. Sorry, Fox on that.
You already Fox on left?
Yeah, I'm defensive.
Warhawk, Fox 3, right side. Coming out left.
Engaging hostile bullseye, 00178. Altitude.
Pitbull, out left.
Eagle 1, Dragnet 3, 5, red aircraft, bullseye, 000, 5, 17,000.
Lime, you got a shot on this guy. Four copy data, 10-8. Four crank right. Fox 321452, full. Flank. 15,000.
Do I got your visual? Continue the hook.
3's crank. Can,
Eagle 1, Dragnet 3, 5, red aircraft, bullseye, 030.
4 hooking out, target's cold. A from hook, continue the hook right, let's fix this.
One's hot.
Two is targeted, bullseye 22163. Angel 12.
A firm monitor, I got the trailer one, the farther one.
Copy. Four reference 135. 135.
One's targeted the trail hot.
I'm gonna lean north a little bit.
Hey firm, I'm splitting off to the left.
Alright, my guy's coming back around.
Hey firm, all 4 are hot now. I got the left leader.
Copy.
Warhawk 3-1, Fox 3, bullseye 21759.
We're delayed 10 seconds.
Cranking left.
Two's cranking right.
A firm, continue. One's pitbull out.
Husky.
Altitude. Altitude.
4 opens to reach.
Radioac, declare. Bullseye 05944, Angels 27.
Falcon 4-1, Dragnet 3, contacts confirmed hostile.
This.
We're monitor. Read data.
One passing.
Two nails 27 west. Fox 3 long 21956. 14,000. Booking. Defending.
Fox 3, 05842, Angels 23.
Let's see if we can pull them into the Hawks here. We're kind of going through missiles like crazy.
Fox 3, 217, 80, 65, 27,000. Airway, clear.
Mustang 3-3, Dragnet 3, contacts confirmed hostile. ID is A50.
Get 3 Spitball out. Four defending.
One's hot. One's defensive.
Yeah, 2 has a missile out there. Clean.
Apron one's naked.
1, you're passing right underneath me.
Apron visual going off, going looking hot. Still a couple of them out there.
4 targeted 217, 67, 17,000.
One targeted closer, 1214, 56.
4 hook left out. Hook left.
2 if you can't get the trailer one, A-firm.
The trailer's targeted.
Fox 3 leader 210, 57, 22,000.
My guy faded, hooking out.
One's cranking right. Pitbull.
One, I can't find the trailer anywhere.
I think the last known was, 15,000. One is naked, turning and hot. The only thing left is, yep, 2's data. That's the only thing I see now.
Yeah, roger that. He's leaving me at about 300 knots.
Got a nails farther out.
I see him.
Alright, 3 target data. It seems like a 2 ship there.
Two target.
3 target, 2 come out.
4, let's make a left-hand vote. I'm rejoin left side.
And 2 flow 030.
2030.
1 Fox 3 medium bullseye 07615 Angels 2.
Yeah, 3 seems like they're between the yeah, right there, perfect for 2. Oh, there's another one over there too.
Yep. 4 targeted 221,
Mustang
24,000.
to Fox 3 0547 21,000.
Or 2 come
I'm
0 090. Flow 140.
140. Fox 3 21560. Hey, wait, clear.
2 continue climbing.
4, pitfall.
Hey, wait, slow you down. 3 targeted 215 63 13,000. Hey, wait, clear. Ford, you shot that guy correct? 215 63 13,000 targeted. All right, go ahead and Fox. Fox 3. All right, let's crank left.
He's cranking left.
Hey,
2 hook left. The 300.
hey, wait, what we do? Hook left to 300. 200.
300.
Copy.
They're live. Kind of. Three status.
3's hooking left with rejoining on the floor. Yeah, there should be a 2 ship out there. Lead.
Looking.
Probably about 10 mile separation. North this.
Clean on that data too.
He's beaming me right now.
Yeah, same. I can't get him.
4 o'clock.
2 monitor.
Hey, firm.
1's clean. One's got 1 deeper in, bullseye 22867.
Alright, he's turning cold.
Hey, firm.
He's at bullseye 19876.
My target's turning cold as well. Yours is hot too. one's naked.
Yeah, he's turning cold again. He turned in red beam, now he's cold.
AWACS clear.
Affirm. To hook right, east.
More hook left. 4.
AWACS bogeyed up.
Seems like our AWACS broke. Seems like the right over by steer 3, that's the farther one. Closer one is about where steer 2 is. One's cold.
Alright, Nails 27 south, west.
One got nails, same. Two cold 090.
Ford targeted 20565, 19,000 hot. This is Falcon 4-3. I'm a loner. Can I join up with you guys? Or take that?
Hey, firm. Yeah, we're still busy in lane 1. We still got 2 flankers over here. To reference right 150.
What's your Victor?
Warhawk Victor is 17.
Alright. Box 3 long.
That's Spike 27 on the tail.
Spike 29.
I think someone's merged over there.
Need me to go hot?
Hey, firm. Go left. Hook left.
Copy.
Fox 3, 07219, 3000.
Fox 3, 19460.
That's 2 times Fox 3 on that. Breeze defend.
One's back hot. Splash that leaker.
Yeah, copy, good splash.
Four Scotia, 1 radar, 1 heat.
Copy. Status, flight status, weapon status.
2 is 2 radar, 1 heat. Fuel state 6-8. Breeze 2 by 1, 8 point.
Four is 1 heat plus 7.3.
One is 2 by 0 by 1 plus fuel 82. Got some jammers way north 27550. 2, I'm coming out south.
353 medium,
Falcon
bullseye.
4-3 is defensive.
08718, Angels 18.
4, doing 90 right, 90 left. I'm going to rejoin on UD last one. 4.
Reference 060.
2.
Hey, West, what we doing?
Got you on data link 3. Okay, 2 will take point. 2 hook right west. Correction, hook left west.
2. Okay, 4, go ahead and rejoin on 3. We'll follow 1 and 2. 4.
One has some strobers. Lane rider 1 and 2. Bullseye 269 36.
Three's mine.
One has some hits there, turning in. Packages, anyone targeted bullseye 261 21 26,000 lane 2.
Hey, West, clear.
Okay, 4, lean in 3 1 5.
Lane 2,
3 1 5.
you have some aircraft to your west coming over the line there, right up near bullseye.
3 copy.
Mustang, Fox 3, bullseye 25014, going fence.
A firm leaker. 2 hook left. Hook left 210.
2. Okay, 4, I'm leaning into bullseye. To bull. Say it again. Yeah, I'm flying toward bull. We got a bunch of green, bunch of friendlies out there. 4. Yeah, so lead, if you want to go back to steer 2 and reset the north-south cap. It's up to you.
A firm, I'll do that.
We got merged over bullseye there. For,
Two, check right west.
2. Yeah, 4 left. Yeah, let's hook right. 4 hook right. 4 hook right. Lane 2's merged over both.
Hey, firm. Seems like lane 1's clean. Still merged over there, 3? Or the flight still merged over there?
I
Hey, what's
it's
the
to the right toward the south.
Targeting 341, 22,000. Fox 3.
Lane 2, do you need help?
We'll continue 2-1.
2, delay 90 right, go north.
Prime, yeah, coming through, 5 seconds.
A firm, avalanche lane 2. 3-4, continue cold. 1 and 2 will go in first. Keep it coming to him. I'll delay the turn so I can line abreast. Hold on.
AWACS. Still broke.
Yeah, it's borked.
Unknown contact, bullseye 26228. Unknown angels.
With the Strober over bullseye?
Negative. That's going to be west of bullseye.
Clean.
Yeah, same now. I don't see it anymore. For reference 29. 290.
Two, check right 060.
2.
Mustang 3 in box 2 status.
Mustang 2, Mustang 3, so far everything's clear. 1 is out, 2 is RTB, and 3 is Winchester. I only have 1 long stick.
A firm, we'll hold the line a little bit here and see if there's any more, but hold what you can for now. Getting hits right at bullseye.
4 lead into bullseye. 4. I'm getting all mode 4 returns.
Leaker, right over bullseye, 13,000.
Yeah, just got me. Warhawk 3 commit, bullseye. 18211, 7,000 feet.
3, Mustang 3-2, getting spiked by 329s. Center lane north.
There's one at 3,000 low.
Okay, 3 of them. I'm in on 3,000.
One's targeted, bullseye, 15313.
Good, sir. Good, sir.
Got green in there, stand by. One's going after the one far out, 19,000. Negative, two out, abort, abort.
2's out.
One no shots, furball.
Mustang 3-2, Winchester 320, spike 329s, heading towards Hawk.
2 heading 240.
Two. Malfunction.
2, are you naked?
Nails 29, almost 6.
A firm, same. Nails. One's naked, one's hooking right, 2 delay turned.
Two. Okay, 3's merged, malfunction on Amaranth. 4 targeted 17325 4000, MiG-29. Alright, 2's coming around.
A firm merge.
Box 2 close. 17728.
There's a couple of flankers in that area, and fulcrums.
Yeah, 2, I've got the trailer targeted on that one.
Box 3 close, 18020. Pitbull.
4, Pitbull.
4 guns only.
4, start heading home.
4.
One is out. Splash.
1, Pitbull. Altitude. Altitude.
One's nails 29.
1 Fox 3 on 17228.
Eagle 1-1. Engaging target block 340158000.
Mustang 3-2, Fox 2.
2 if able. Flight if able. D-louse.
11,000.
Good splash on that. Pumping.
One's naked 29.
Chester, and we'll go go to RTB.
Affirm. Flight Miller time or Grandslam Head home.
2.
Flight, say status.
A 2 is clean, 1 radar, 1 heat. Fuel state is 4.1.
Carson.
Mustang 3-2 checking out of tactical.
3-4 status. No.
410 miles from home plate.
Affirm.
1, hit bull. 4, hit bull.
Two rejoins, Mike on your nose, 14,000.
Visual.
Warhawk 2 pushing approach. See ya.
3, hit bull.
Landing.
Warhawk 2-1, Osan approach, runway 27 right for landing.
27 right for landing. Sweet. Two rejoin.
3-2, contact tower.
Rejoin left side.
Switch 30880.
Leads pinched out. 6-2.
Two fins out. 3-7.
Jeebus. Osan traffic Warhawk 3, flight of 3 Vipers, 16 miles to the north, inbound landing, it's 27 right. Or go ahead and push approach if not already.
Copy. Warhawk 2-4, 2 mile final.
Affirm. Well, that was exciting. Jesus.
Holy moly.
Jesus Christ.
Foxing right off the runway.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
I'm gonna separate a little bit here in this fog.
Affirm, yeah, we'll set up for a right base, 2-7 overhead brake.
Four on the ground rolling out.
Good evening, Warhawk 2-1, Osan approach. That's a negative. Use traffic, please contact approach.
Doing it anyway. Get visual of the runway, turning right. The river. Warhawk 3, flight of 2 inbound.
4, clear active left via Alpha for parking.
Confirm. 9 mile final runway 27 right. Overhead brake right. Warhawk 3-1 in the brake.
Two in the brake. Port final runway 27 right.
Warhawk 2-1, Osan Tower. Next time, get clearance before landing. Warhawk 2-1, contact tower. Switch 30880.
West landing. Request landing. Warhawk 2-2, short final runway 27 right.
One's at the end, got the text exit left.
Copy 3 green.
Maybe. Nice.
Warhawk 2-2, Osan Tower. Next time, get clearance before landing.
All right, see you in debrief. See you.
2, contact tower. Switch 30880.
when I was defending. But I did, when I defended, I dragged them to the Hawk, and then they gave up. The second time I wasn't so lucky. By the time I knew I had a missile in the air, it was too late.
What happened to number 4? I saw he just veered off, but did he say he was leaving or anything? Or
No, I don't know what happened. I never got any radio fly from him or anything, so I don't know what happened.
yeah, on tech view it looks like he took off, went east, and then landed. But I don't know if that was AI that landed or what.
Yeah, I don't know.
F-16 felt completely foreign to me. Then I haven't been flying it for so long.
You can use the AI. I used my AI and he knocked down 4 of them.
Oh, nice. I don't know.
Yeah,
Different.
so he had like 5 120 hits and 1 9X hit.
Huh. Well, I'm glad they randomly started working. I don't know.
Yeah, no kidding.
Interesting.
It only works for Rhodey.
Yeah, just Rhodey. Oh well.
That's because I give them data.
Oh, maybe. I mean, might be it.
Oh, do you? That's.
You say attack and you give them data.
Maybe he was just pulling our leg.
Yeah, maybe. Well, if he got kills, he got kills. Yeah, thing. Dang, 3 minutes. The 27s in lane 1, they just kept defending. I guess we needed to shoot a little closer, but I didn't really want to get too close.
Yeah, 16 miles I think was a little too close already.
Yeah. I wanted to get a good shot, but I'm like, all right, that's as far I want to go. That's it. Quasi still, he was on the rollout when I got out. So first it'll be everyone's here.
There you go.
Sweet.
Okay, there you go. I'm sorry about that. I was in the wrong channel.
Oh.
No, I was saying in regards to data to the AI, I was saying I give them, instead of a case of booze, I give them a case of data.
Okay. So in the sake of time, I think we had boxes like 30 seconds after we took off. So that explains a lot. Well, that was just the voodoo. Our AWACS was dead for a lot of the time. It should have been fine. We'll see how it goes. But I'm gonna debrief mine first. Since Gump, he's joining us from the East Coast, so probably really wants to get in here. So I'm gonna go over ours. So we took off, fenced, and then we immediately had like targets. It was actually really crazy. So we had our grinder going. Do the 5-minute thing. Our grinder was going. We got shots off really early because I think they were higher than us. We were just getting off the deck, so we were still at not even 10,000 feet, and they were already at 22,000. So that expanded MAR, and we shot out quicker to at least get them turned away. And there's my 3 and 4 here. 3 and 4 there, getting the trailers there because we had the leaders. But good combo overall. We were going through missiles like funnel cakes. So we had to. I wanted to try to save the missiles as much as we could because they just kept defending them like that. So I tried to get us over here to the Hawk area. Maybe the Hawk will wake up, but it didn't wake up until I don't know if it even did wake up, but I just know they started dying off finally. We did all that. We had everybody still. We were quiet for a little while. Went to the center lane, lane 2. Had some leakers and some low bandits down there as well, and some merges we were looking at, monitoring that. We got into that for a little while. And I think my number 3 and 4 got merged with the furball over here by Bullseye. And I think that's when 3 got shot down. in the craziness merge over there. And then after that, it was quiet. We all came back. The rest of us came back home. That's it in a nutshell. Anything from 3?
Yeah, I had good comms and control for the first couple of minutes, but I felt like the element broke down after a while. I wasn't sure how 4 was already Winchester. I wasn't sure what he was shooting at. So when we took off, like you said, they came in force. So I called a 90 right, 90 left, which worked pretty well. Yeah, right there. So the goal there was to basically, I knew you guys were foxing and I knew you were going to be cranking left. So I wanted to extend and then be right on top for any trail group that was coming in. So that worked out pretty well. This worked out pretty well. I fox on this dude. He outruns my missile somehow. And then 4 should be cranking with me at this point. So that's right. Even though I'm going the wrong way, admittedly, we were supposed to crank left. I was in a position where it felt better to crank right. I don't know. If that's just instinct or what.
Well, yeah. At that point, yeah, you could do
And this,
whatever you want in that sense. If it feels better for you, don't go off with the brief. Like, yes, I know that you know that. If it seems better, don't. And if you want to do it, just do it. There's no reason to like ask or anything.
yeah. And that's what I just started cranking right. Cranking right. And then, so this is pretty good. And then I end up like 15 miles away from 4, 10 miles away from 4 at some point. So that's not really good. I'm not sure how we broke down. I'm sure we could spend an hour trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
What happened over Bullseye was I think we both realized, maybe all 4 of us realized that they were getting swarmed over Bullseye, right? So yeah, all this happens, this is pretty decent up until that point. Yeah. So we finally attrit everything on our side. Looks like there's some hawks going on.
Maybe.
Yep. Up to the north there,
Oh.
there was a hawk that engaged this guy.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah. But we trade everything on our side, and then we realize there's like 30 dudes over Bullseye. So we reestablish a cap north to south, as opposed to kind of like over. I don't have a pointer, but over by 0620. So we're peeking at this shit, right? And I can't really fire because I don't really know what's going on. I'm locked on this guy. This guy was targeted, I think, by 1. Because he's not responding mode 4, he's hit on the ground there.
Oh,
the
yeah.
green guy flying toward me. So I capture him, and I'm like, fuck, that's a Viper. I can't, like, I was about to fucking shoot that guy until I targeting pod locked him.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh shit, that's a Viper.
Oh no. Yeah, I remember on the 5,000 feet. I'm like, that's friendly.
No, I didn't think it was friendly either.
Yeah, I was kind of focused on these because I couldn't really get the targeting pod on them because I knew there was didn't know there was this many.
Yeah, and you were pretty far too at that point.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at these guys, and I'm about to fox on some of these guys and hung store. So I reset my shit right here. I'm resetting my AMRAMs. I reacquire lock at some point and another hung store. So I can't missile step. I have 2 AMRAMs that are just dead.
Jeez.
Dead to me. So I go in with the heater, and I'm like, okay, we're fucking 10 miles away from this guy. Yep. And then I run out of flares right there.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that.
You said took him out. Took him out.
Yeah, so it was a mutual
over
kill.
That's friendly territory.
That's what broke down there. And then after that, it's 4's story. And I think 4's completely Winchester right now.
Yeah, I think I told 4 to go home. Yeah, he did the aim 9, and I was like, all right, I'm done. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Got him at least a turn, so that's good. Then we were in hot, so that was worked out timingly well.
Yeah.
It was getting hard to lock these up because they were beaming and they were low and stuff. It was getting difficult. And there's the 15th to the rescue. Look at this. Perfect timing.
Nice. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I had 2 hung stores. I tried missile stepping and nothing worked.
Yeah,
so
that's
I
crazy.
reset everything. I don't know. But overall, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. Nice surprise. It surprised me. I freaking made the mission. Like, it was like, to be fair, like 4 days ago, so I kind of forgot. But yeah, I was like, there's people here. What is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. 2-4, you have anything real quick?
4, I'll just throw out that I'm not ashamed to say that I was pretty tumbleweed. I'm not used to so much air-to-air action all at once.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and especially 27s. And also, I'm not used to Gump's voice, so a couple of his calls, I wasn't even sure that they were for me. And a couple of his calls, they like cut short, So anyways, no excuse there, but yeah, a little bit of helmet fire on my side.
Yeah. Am I still doing that, Prime? Can you hear that on Victor?
I think I heard when you checked in, or I just heard like open air, and I assumed it was you. But during the mission, I wasn't really paying attention.
I think there was a problem with the uniform because when I came in, none of Mustang flight could hear me on uniform too.
Interesting.
I think it's this AI noise canceling software that I'm using. I gotta put this thing like right on my lips for it to work.
The catch.
Yeah. So I can mess with the settings, try to lower the sensitivity of that noise canceling shit.
Anything you two?
No, I think everything was good. Like it's a lot of helmet fire, but you gave really good directives, and I was able to stay in the game.
Sweet. Cool. Let's move on next. Let's do the flight that has most people in it. Let's do Falcon 4, Wolf.
All right, so you got to go to like the first 2 minutes of the fight.
Oh. Brody, Mustang. There you are.
Yeah. So, Mailman and Phantom, sorry about that. I don't normally go on the number 1 seat, so still learning. So, okay, so we saw that group.
Oh, out here?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see your stream. There you go. So we were going, I asked them to sort, and I believe our number 2 and I sorted the leader and the his wingman there. So we fired, and we're turning cold. I knew there was 4 of them, so this is important right here. So there's 4. They fired on us, so we turned cold and defeat the missiles, but got a little bit confused. After I turn around, if you when it gets there, if you see the get over to the left, I can't see them yet. Okay, so oh man, I'm trying to point right there. Those guys, yes. So I saw those 4 contacts, and I thought those were the original 4.
Oh.
And when I was trying to sort, trying to reacquire my bearings here, I realized that those guys were too low. Then the guys on my right, they showed up, and when I looked at them, I knew we were supposed to have 15, so I need to do a better job at identifying visually, some of the flankers and the 15s differences in the TGP. So it turns out that the 15s haven't even left yet, so that was my bad. And when I realized that they were hot on me, I tried going defensive, and I couldn't get away this time.
Oh,
and that was the end of my flight, and then number 2 and 3 were still left.
So 3 or 2 or 3, did you foresee this happening, or were you tracking that they were closer, or was there any indications that one might have been tumbleweed in that moment?
Not really. I don't think any of us saw that group coming in from the right until it was kind of too late.
Yeah.
Okay. See, they're defending by the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I was defending at the time. I had a missile coming at me. So. I thought I launched one right before I went defensive, though.
That's one. Yep.
Yeah.
Might not attract because you notice if you turn off too quick, it'll just go dumb.
Well, that's what happened.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's what
if you
happened.
saw, I had 2 missiles coming at me, so I turned too quick.
Yeah, I guess when it comes to VID, like you just have to kind of prioritize your process. So if you're like probably you knew that you were the only people on this side, maybe, and then you were going in. I know you had some type of 27 on this side because they're facing hot for you, and they're 15 miles, so that's probably on the inner ring, if I were to guess at this moment right here. So you kind of have to, you see them, and it's like, that's not right. You go over here, and you know they're there, so you see a 29 on the, or 27 on the inner ring, or whatever they are, Su-35s. You kind of have to prioritize your thought process, and that's enemy, like automatically enemy. And if it's a friendly, then that's just too bad, because if there's a very small chance that there's a friendly in between these two 27s, so you just kind of have to prioritize your IFF, mental IFF in that case. But yeah, 8 miles you might be able to see them visually.
Yeah, another thing.
No.
So I would say there's 2 things. You're kind of just screwed in that position. So it's not.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
too late.
it's a bad circumstance because you're picking up the wrong. I've done this too myself, where I'm picking up other targets and I'm just tumbleweed. So if you're looking at the left-hand targets, and the right-hand targets are the ones that you guys were defending previously. So, what Prime is talking about, he's talking about like a mental IFF kind of thing. Basically, you have to like look at all of your sensors and kind of know where you are, and it comes with time. So you're using your RWR, your FCR, IFF pings if you need to, and then your position. You know, just a general essay of where you are. If you've got, and the picture will get clearer once you do this more and more. But like, if you have a dude at 2 o'clock, you know he's kind of slightly to the right on your FCR. And then once you turn into that target, you center him on your FCR, he's going to be centered 12 o'clock on your RWR. And you just kind of like, I didn't declare anything this time. I knew exactly who was enemy and who was friendly, except the dude who wasn't returning IFF on the ground. And that just comes with time and experience of doing this over and over and over again.
Yep.
But yeah, it's kind of a shitty position to be in right there. You're kind of screwed either way. Like, in that case, I would have switched to dogfight mode, probably, in hindsight. And my dogfight mode's set to have the targeting pod on at the moment. So when I switch to dogfight mode, it should be FCR on my left and targeting pod on my right.
Could he have extended more before he turned back?
Yes, I was thinking. I was going to ask him.
Because
that's something I thought about after. I should have probably gone further south.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
What made you turn back in? What made you turn back in?
Oh, because the little missile symbols on the RWR, they were beeping, and some of them were rapid, so I knew they were on me. But I defeated them, and so I knew they weren't tracking me anymore. So that's why I turned hot to try to see if I can delouse my number 2.
Well, since you're maneuvering, it could just be that you're maneuvering. It could just go into a dead zone. So you could just be maneuvering like this, and it goes away for however many seconds, and it's still there. Just that it's indicating to you that it's gone, just solely because it's on the dead zone.
Exactly. It won't pick it up.
Yeah, so
you need to.
The RWR has like antennas on the wingtips and shit like that. So they model that by having a dead zone where the antennas can't pick up those radar signatures.
So the thing to do is keep defending until you can get your jet in the aspect where you think it's it would
Yeah.
be receiving.
Yep. So you defend, and it's like I haven't heard anything in a while. And you go wings level, and if it's still naked, if you're still naked, then it's probably gone. Yeah. They turn the entire time there.
Yeah, he was turning. Should have gone level.
Yeah, it was a crazy mission. It was crazy. Let's see who
I
else
think
is here.
part of the problem was right before he got shot down was both 2 and 3. We were both defending, so he had no support.
Yeah, and yeah, you would have to, yeah, it does.
I think
does suck.
And I think we both called that we were defending right about the same time.
Yeah.
I think we all called. I remember that one, and yeah, it was just a lot of stuff flying at us and trying to throw stuff back at them, but it didn't come out good for me.
And I guess another
had a-
thing is separation. You guys are so close. Did you? I don't know if you.
I had a 3 stay behind. We were
Yeah.
gonna try to set up like some kind of grinder. Obviously, we lost 4, so it wasn't gonna work out. I mean, it didn't work out with all 4 ship. But I guess I could have had my 2 kick out some more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it would have been a half a mile is not too good. That's a little bit of kick out there.
And yeah, just a quick note on troubleshooting a persistent issue. Every time I fly BMS, it's just pressing the G key to bring the gear up, turns off all the avionics in the 16. So I'm trying to
the
figure
heck?
that one out. But yeah,
That's different.
so
Hmm.
yeah,
Oh,
apologies, Wolf, but yeah, just trying to work on that for a couple days now. So
Oh, no worries. Was it you that landed, or did you exit and then the AI landed? Because I saw your plane land nearby at an airport.
yeah, dead avionics. So just like, okay, well, there's a field, try that out, and yeah.
So yeah, that was the pretty much Falcon right there. And then I know Mailman ended up breaking off and joined you guys.
Yeah. The Phantom. I'll walk. Strikers there. 34s.
Somewhere along here, I dragged 1 or 2 of them down to the Hawk.
Yeah.
Is it this one?
Chasing you.
Yeah, he wouldn't stop till right about there. And that's when I realized he'd backed out or backed off of me. I turned around and was trying to rejoin you guys. And then I got kind of confused. Go figure. Somewhere here. Which one's me?
Right there in the middle.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that guy got me.
Oh, okay.
I had the same issue. I was firing on him, and I did get one off. In fact, I think I got him.
Yeah, you got him.
We got each other though, but it wouldn't come off the rail at first. So I switched over to the other stores, and I guess I got that one to launch. At least I'm pretty sure that's what I thought I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a little close.
Double tap. Good to go. Get the frog foots out of here. Get out of here. So it seems like they didn't attack the base, so that's good. That's always good.
LR high.
Oh, man.
I think I'm dead at this point.
Oh, yeah.
I'm at the O Club.
The O Club.
With a cast on my leg. Got my foot up in the chair waiting for you to come buy me a drink.
Come on now. Anything else from Falcon or Falcon flight?
I just wanted to say about the box formation. I know what it is now, but I tried really hard to get into formation, but I just realized that I can't exactly look 90 degrees right. I don't have track IR. That was one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Oh. Yeah, line
Oh,
abreast.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
I
was
called
using
for
the
that.
visual cues, which is like 60 degrees right, but I know that's not correct. So I was just basically looking at my tack end the whole time.
Ah.
You have a webcam. I understand that there's some software that will do track IR type head movement.
Yeah, I tried those. I know it works, but it takes
I've never
time to
tried
get
it.
used to. Also, I did a really horrible thing, which is I had my captain bars over a target, and I did the worst thing possible, which is I clicked the TDC click. And if you were F-15 pilot, you would know why.
Yep.
Oh, unlock. Getting
You
mixed
were.
up. That's funny.
When I did that, I just realized how stupid I am.
Like, dang it.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
got screwed up on the comms too. Earlier when you said that was on uniform when I was trying to
Oh,
tell him
yeah.
about the box because
Yeah.
the switch is aft right for radio 2 or uniform 2 on the 15. So that's what I did on the 16. Where when you go back, it's a uniform.
Yeah, this is why I use different throttles. I'll get super confused.
Oh.
So I use
that didn't
I'll
help
use completely different throttles so I know my hand knows what I'm controlling.
Well, I'm even dumber than that because I did swap my throttles and I
well.
still did it.
Well,
I had issues. I had the same issue.
I
Yeah, I
think it's
forget how to.
Mailman, but I'm not sure who. At one point when we were merged, someone was hot on VHF and I couldn't hear anything at all.
Yeah, that
But I
sucks.
think Wolf was already dead at that time, so that's why we didn't hear about it. It's not a big deal though. It's just something to be aware of.
Yeah, I had the same thing. I was trying to make a call and I kept getting the the gurgling. So I don't know, but yeah, well, I heard it too.
So I just didn't make a call at all.
If two people are pressing their button at the same time, you'll get that noise.
Yeah, blocked.
Yeah, but I heard the hot mic on for several seconds at a time, and I was trying to call, but I couldn't.
Now, Jersey, it's debrief your flight here.
Well, we all did pretty good on takeoff, except for Rody spun the wrong way. So I had us purposefully spin the long way so we could gain altitude and speed.
Makes sense.
But Rody cut right across. So I had to have him turn around about halfway up, get us back in formation. So we just basically did a dual element grinder north to south for the most part. We did find that 850. I wanted to shoot at that so bad.
Deep in there, deep in enemy territory.
So everything's went good for the first couple spins. Then on the second element coming cold, we picked these guys up. And it was really, really hard to target or to separate these guys. Like they were jamming hard and it was really hard to select targets.
To
So at
sort.
one point, yeah. But we got a couple tight spins here, a little tighter than I would have liked, but everything worked out. So our elements kept delousing each other, which actually worked, and it was we actually flew together pretty good. We kept each other updated. We let each other know how far the targets were behind us. If we needed to hit burner or not, get out of there, and we just sorted different targets.
Yeah, not being able to burn through sucked.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh yeah.
Tonight was more difficult than usual to burn through. I don't understand why, but
Well, it was like you could burn through at distance, but as soon as they got closer,
yeah,
it was opposite.
Yeah,
yeah, that makes sense.
I really had to narrow my modes. Like I had to go to 1-bar scan, and narrow my beam and really get their correct altitude, and that's the only way I could burn through them. but it's a lot to do when you're engaging a target and you're
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, 20 miles. So here, I kind of feel bad about this because I did tell 2 to shoot 2, but I couldn't sort the targets because they were too clumped together. Everyone was jamming, so I fired 2. I was really hoping that we didn't end up hitting the same target, but it looks like we did.
Yeah, that last one.
So I saw this incoming group, and I just kind of decided to let these frogs go because I knew we had a group behind us. I could not burn through this guy, so I think I just went cold.
Migs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I got a long stick off right before I defended on this one. I only done 2 hits, or maybe it wasn't this one.
Yeah, it was
okay, it was.
one out,
So-
and you hit connected.
So I told my 3 I couldn't burn through, let him know I didn't fire on him. So I'm running to him right now.
I'm headed out, guys. Thanks.
Yep,
It
yep.
was fun.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Later.
coming.
Yep. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
Oh,
Can you
AI.
Mad Dog a 120 without going into bore?
You gotta do bore and cursor 0.
But it has to be in bore though, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I wasted a
Yeah.
120, and even after looking at it, I wasn't even close, even if I'd done it right.
Oh.
I think it was because I was being really slow, so it was almost under me by the time I thought.
In this engagement, I directed my number 2 to go to certain targets. My number 4.
Yeah, that did really well.
Yeah. Good thing that he did stuff.
Yeah, I mean he saved me.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Boop.
Yeah.
At least once, probably more than that.
So I couldn't split them up. I knew there was a fur ball, so I just broke off. And I knew these guys were coming, and I heard you call them out too, Prime.
Yeah, yeah.
I was trying to answer you, but at this point I was so mentally exhausted.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, oh, too many tabs open.
Yeah. So the only thing I could get out was I called out my Fox on uniform, hoping that you'd know that I was recognizing that
Yep.
you knew I knew that they were there.
Yep, and I did. So good. Nice.
And I think I'm out of long sticks.
Yeah, I only by this time I think I only have 1 long stick left.
Tracks, that's good. Box 1. Active, still beaming you, still. Another one for good measure. Defending, perfect. Keep people coming in. D-louse.
Sort of. I have no
Sort of.
AMRAMs.
Oh, you're just trying to get him to turn away, at least something.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah,
like, he called your bluff.
He called it.
I got my 9X, and
Oh yeah.
we kind of
Traded
pain a little bit.
Yeah.
So my jet's dead right now, you
Yeah.
know, but I'm good. So I just find south. I'm flying south. I get restarted, and now I'm just trying to find an airbase. I got no avionics. No,
Nice.
I got a compass and a burning motor.
I didn't hear anything. And number Vay told me I think Jersey got hit.
And I found Seoul, but just about as I was getting ready to go land.
Yeah, that whole wave of red came through.
Yep. And I started turning cold. And I believe Prime, you told me that there's a sneaker in there, and
Yeah. One in there somewhere.
Yep, and that's what got me.
And then I had one 9X left, which isn't going to do any good at this point. So I was heading towards the Hawk.
Yeah, I should have just kept going.
And then they ran over Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, I was already basically dead anyway.
Oh yeah, down there. They help.
I would have landed if I didn't get a second missile swap, but no biggie.
think the Hawk was able to. Yeah, that's going to take out one of them. But that only fired one. It didn't fire anymore. Really slow.
Yeah, the Hawks were disappointing today. They didn't do anything.
But I don't feel too bad. I got 5 Charlies and 1 X-ray.
Yeah, you did awesome as usual.
Good job.
The wall of eagles. There's nothing like a wall of eagles.
Yeah, they come in right at the last second there. At least for me.
Yeah.
It's a good thing with after we took off, I told my number 4, go spread, and I did have to tell him to weapons hold, and then attack this target, and then I had to tell him go weapons free.
Yeah.
And it worked out fine.
Yeah, he had like 5-6 hits.
Yeah.
All we needed. They went up there. Jeez.
Yeah, only had 2 hits. Only one took out the 29 though.
Sweet. I'm gonna save this.
Yeah, I got 3.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like every time I would lock up, I could never support it before I had to defend.
Yeah.
So.
Goodness, I have to say, and the shots that I took, I was pretty lucky because there was a couple of ones that were close, and it hit. So.
Well, sweet. Well, hope you guys had fun. Hope you learned something in the mission and in Rhodey's presentation.
Yeah, one thing I need to say is that in this situation with the RWR, there was one scenario, I can't remember whose it was, but the RWR, you can't rely on it for distance because it's really not true.
Yeah, you have to base it off of threat. So it's not really distance, it's based off of threat. So
exactly.
SA-10 at 40 miles will be on the inner ring because it's more of a threat than if a MiG-29 was at 40 miles. That would be on the outer ring. So it just depends on the threat and the capabilities of whatever platform it's being used on. They could be the same distance, but one could be more threatening than the other based on the capabilities, therefore it goes in the inner ring. It's based on lethality. Oh man, that was insane. So thanks for coming. I know it was quick, but we got a good debrief in. That's what really matters. We were able to go through each flight, each engagement for the most part, and I uploaded the Acme down in the RWR DCA 7 if you want to watch it by yourself. But I do appreciate everyone coming, and I hope you like the DCA where we just like brief for 5 minutes and we need to go in, because it's good to just not be able to brief and just kind of go in and kind of use your standards and see how that works.
It was fun.
Yep,
that's the main thing.
Yep, good stuff. Good night, all.
Yep.
Hope.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
I want everyone to know that Prime is famous in China.
Oh yeah. Apparently my video was like uploaded on Bilibili.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, downloaded then uploaded.
VFW logo and everything.
I know, it's great.
Downloaded on what? Or uploaded?
It's like literally the Chinese YouTube.
Yep.
I actually really like Bilibili. You can find a lot of cool stuff there, like
Yeah,
you can't
can.
find on YouTube.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll get a sponsorship.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's uploaded by a Chinese BMS squadron.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes packaged with its own spyware and everything.
Everything.
Exactly.
Download more ram.com. Go for it. The EXE and everything. You just download more RAM, you just install that, and you're good to go.
I don't know, man. Sounds like I hope they don't use it for Chinese Air Force training.